What actually happens in the final moments before you die? Not after. Not heaven, not nothingness, not theories. But right before it happens. Inside your brain. Because death isn't as instant as we imagine. And the mind doesn't just go quiet. If anything, it may become more active than ever. Most people think of death like a switch. On, then off. But biologically, that's not how it works. The brain doesn't shut down all at once. It loses stability. Gradually. And in that instability, something unusual begins to happen. In recent studies, scientists observed brain activity in dying patients. What they expected was silence. A slow fade. But instead, they found brief bursts of organized activity. Not random noise. Patterns. The kind of patterns associated with memory, conscious awareness, and even dreaming. In simple terms, right before death, the brain may enter a state that looks a lot like intense internal experience. Not emptiness, but something closer to everything at once. This might explain something people have reported for decades. Near-death experiences. Moments where time feels distorted. Where seconds stretch into something longer. Where people describe seeing memories, not as flashes, but as fully formed moments. And here's where it gets strange. Your brain doesn't experience time the way you think it does. Time, for the brain, is constructed, flexible. So when the brain is under extreme stress, like oxygen loss, that sense of time can break. Completely. Which means, a few seconds in real life could feel like much longer internally. Your brain could be compressing and expanding experience at the same time. At the same time, the systems that keep your thoughts organized begin to fail. Signals overlap. Boundaries blur. Memory, imagination, and perception start to merge. There's also something else happening. Chemically, as the brain loses oxygen, certain neurotransmitters surge. Some researchers believe this could create intense clarity, or intense confusion, or even a sense of calm, not because the situation is peaceful, but because the brain is reacting in a way it was never meant to sustain. So in those final moments, your brain isn't simply turning off. It's transitioning from controlled activity to something unstable. So here's what we actually know. Right before death, the brain doesn't just shut off. It can become highly active. Time can feel distorted. Memories and thoughts can blend together, which means your final moments might not feel like an ending at all. They might feel like a rush of experience your brain is trying to process all at once. And the truth is, we can study the brain from the outside. But what that moment actually feels like is something only the person experiencing it will ever know.